Just when fans thought the dust had settled, the story of Landman feels far from finished. Season 2 may have closed one chapter, but it also opened doors that were never meant to stay shut. Silence after a finale like that is never a good sign. It usually means something much bigger is being prepared behind the scenes from the very beginning. Landman proved it was not just another drama. It showed a world where money speaks louder than morals and power comes at a personal cost. Season 1 pulled viewers into a harsh reality where every deal carried risk and every decision left scars. Season 2 went even deeper, pushing characters to their limits and showing how ambition can slowly turn into obsession. By the final episode, it was clear that some wounds were still open, and some battles were left unfinished. Season 3 matters because the story has reached a breaking point. The choices made earlier can no longer be undone. Relationships are strained, trust is damaged, and the line between survival and greed is thinner than ever. This is the stage where characters must face the results of their own actions. No shortcuts, no easy wins, only consequences. That is what makes the next chapter so important. What truly keeps fans waiting is the feeling that the stakes are about to rise. The world of Landman is expanding, and the pressure is growing from all sides. Power struggles are no longer hidden in quiet rooms. They are moving into the open. Old alliances may fall apart, and new enemies may appear where least expected. Season 3 is not just about continuing the story, it's about changing it, and that's why the silence feels loud. When a show leaves this many questions unanswered, it's not an ending, it's a warning. Season 3 has the chance to be darker, bolder, and more intense than anything before it. The real question isn't if the story will continue. It's how far the characters are willing to go. When there's nothing left to lose, the moment people hear the words Season 3 trailer, expectations immediately rise, and for Landman, those expectations are heavy. If a trailer drops, it won't just be about showing new scenes. It will be about setting a tone, and that tone is likely to be darker, sharper, and far more intense than before. A Season 3 trailer would most likely open with quiet tension rather than loud action. Slow shots, serious faces, short lines that feel simple but carry weight. This show has always relied on pressure instead of noise, and that approach is expected to continue. Instead of explaining everything, the trailer would hint at problems growing behind closed doors, deals going wrong, trust breaking, and power shifting hands, visually. The scale is expected to feel bigger. Wider locations, tougher environments, and a sense that the world of Landman is no longer contained. Earlier seasons focused on personal battles, but Season 3 looks ready to turn those personal fights into full-scale conflicts. When money, influence, and survival collide, the damage spreads fast. The trailer would tease this shift without giving away its biggest moves. Another key element the trailer would likely hint at is conflict from within. Characters who once felt confident may now look tired, angry, or unsure. This is important because it signals change. Power doesn't just bring control, it brings fear of losing it. A few seconds of silence, a hard stare, or a tense pause can say more than dialogue ever could. That kind of storytelling has always been the show's strength. The trailer would also carefully avoid clear answers. Instead of revealing outcomes, it would raise questions. Who is really in charge now? Who can still be trusted? And who is quietly planning their next move? These unanswered moments are what pull viewers in. They make the audience lean forward, not back. Most importantly, a Season 3 trailer would promise consequences. Not action for the sake of action, but moments that matter. Choices that cannot be undone. Lines that, once crossed, change everything. If the trailer does its job right, it won't just excite fans, it will warn them. Season 3 isn't about rebuilding. It's about facing what was already broken and deciding who survives when the pressure finally explodes. When it comes to the release date for Landman Season 3, the silence has created just as much tension as the story itself. No official date has been locked in yet, but that doesn't mean nothing is happening. In fact, the lack of announcements often means careful planning is underway behind the scenes. Looking at how previous seasons were handled gives us a clearer picture. Each season took its time, not because of delays, but because the show depends heavily on strong writing and realistic detail. This isn't a fast-made series. Every storyline, every character choice, and every turning point needs to feel earned. That level of care takes time, especially for a show built on slow-burn drama rather than quick twists. Production timelines also play a big role. Writing usually comes first, and for a show like Landman, that phase is critical. The writers must balance personal drama with large-scale power struggles, making sure nothing feels rushed or forced. Only after that can filming begin, a process that includes location work, long shooting days, and careful direction to maintain the show's grounded tone. Because of this, a realistic release window would likely fall well after filming is fully complete. Based on patterns from earlier seasons, fans should expect a wait rather than a surprise drop. While some may hope for a quick return, a longer gap often leads to better results. It allows the story to grow, the characters to deepen, and the tension to build naturally. There is also the question of scheduling. Networks and platforms carefully choose release windows to maximize attention. Dropping a season at the wrong time can hurt even strong shows. That's why release decisions are rarely rushed. Season 3 needs space to breathe, and when it arrives, it needs full focus from the audience. What matters most is quality over speed. A delayed season doesn't mean a weak one. Often it means the opposite. It means the creators are taking the time to get it right. And for a series built on realism, pressure, and long-term consequences, that patience can make all the difference. So while an exact date remains unknown, the signs point toward a carefully planned return. Season 3 isn't being treated like just another chapter. It's being prepared as a turning point, one that will only arrive when the story is ready to deliver its full impact. As attention turns to the cast of Landman Season 3, one thing becomes clear: the story cannot move forward without the characters who built its foundation. Fans expect the core cast to return, not just because they are familiar faces, but because their journeys are far from complete. These characters still carry unfinished business, and Season 3 depends on resolving the tension they left behind. Returning cast members would likely step into even heavier roles this time. The pressure they faced in earlier seasons was only the beginning. Now they must deal with the results of their own choices. Trust has been tested, lines have been crossed, and loyalty is no longer guaranteed. Seeing familiar characters pushed into new positions of power or loss is one of the strongest reasons audiences are waiting for the next season. Season 3 also opens the door for new faces. Fresh characters can change everything in a drama like Landman. New players bring new motives, new conflicts, and new threats. They can challenge the balance of power and force existing characters to react in ways we haven't seen before. Whether these newcomers arrive as allies or rivals, their presence could reshape the entire story. Cast changes are never just about names, they are about direction. Every addition or return sends a message about where the story is going. If Season 3 introduces stronger opponents or deeper personal connections, it signals that the show is ready to raise the stakes again. This is not about replacing characters, but about expanding the world they live in. What makes this season especially exciting is the feeling that no one is truly safe. Power shifts quickly in this world, and even strong characters can fall when pressure builds. That sense of uncertainty keeps viewers invested. Every scene feels important because the outcome is never guaranteed. As Season 3 moves closer, the cast becomes the final piece of the puzzle. Strong writing creates tension, but strong performances make it real. If the right characters return and the right new ones arrive, this season has the potential to be the most intense yet. In the end, Season 3 isn't just about what happens next. It's about who survives the consequences of the past and who rises when everything is on the line. That's what makes the wait worth it, and why Landman remains a story fans are not ready to let go of.